life force is running out.
Hello everybody, Crow here, and this is a response to SteveBenway's Show Us Your Telly Tag, telly being British slang for television. So I got 4 televisions down here in my game room and my computer. I'll kind of go through them one by one, saving the main one for last, of course. So let's just get started. This first one, basically I just have this hooked up to my Commodore 64, which is right down there, and I've got Archon running on this right now. It's about a 21-inch Panasonic CRT. Finally got my composite cable for the Commodore 64. So, yeah, we got Archon running on Archon 2 actually running on that right now. I'm not going to turn this one around. It's just actually I'm not going to show the back of any of them except for the last one. And but you know, it's just composite in the back and a coaxial cable in the back, and it's got the front input jacks here. This one I didn't pay anything for. It came with the house. So, yep, that's television number 1. Television number 2. Got the Atari 2600 kind of permanently hooked up to this. This one only takes RF, no composite or anything. But it being a, I've shown this one off many times, but being a wood grain, let's get that off there. Come on, there we go. Sunlight's really wrecking havoc on the autofocus and everything, auto lighting or whatever. But yeah, wood grain. Best part of this, it is the, come on, don't do that again. There we go. It's the, it's a Space Command television. Oh man. There we go. Space Command. Oh, it's not going to focus in. Whatever. That's the highlight feature of this television. Actually, this one doesn't even have the dials either. This is kind of a fancier model with the digital tuning. So, yeah, I just have my Atari 2600 hooked up to that in case I just want to happen to play Atari 2600 game. Kind of walking over this way, we got my computer, which is actually encoding a Crow Plays video right now. It's an LED monitor. Got it really cheap, actually. Actually, this was my wife's monitor, and she was having problems with her eyes for a while because this was an LED monitor. She was getting headaches and stuff, and it turned out she just needed glasses. But she got the glasses. It doesn't bother her no more. But I just kept this monitor. It's just a very simple. It got DVI input and VGA input. Really not much more on this thing, but that's pretty much a computer. This next television here, this is an oddity because this is a widescreen CRT television. This is a Philips, and it is a 30-inch widescreen television. I've got Chrono Trigger actually right there on the Super Nintendo, right down there, running on this right now. I'm like in the middle of Chrono Trigger. I haven't played it for a while though because some other games came out. But yeah, I can actually, when I show the next one, I'll kind of show off an example of something. But yeah, the colors on this are great. Spectacular even. Unfortunately, this is not a high-definition TV. It won't even handle progressive scan. So it's only, you know, just regular, standard 480i for this TV. But this is actually just plugged in through component. And you may be saying, hey, you know what? The Super Nintendo didn't have component output. So how are you having a component on this TV? And I'll kind of explain that after I get to this TV. On this TV, this is my main one. It's a ViewSonic something or other. I actually filmed earlier behind this TV because I gotta move all this crap out of the way to get behind it. So I'll kind of show. I got He-Man running on this right now. This is playing off of the Xbox 360 with my HD DVD can add on. So He-Man, this is one of the things I bought recently. I'll just kind of tease that off right now. If you're watching this here, this is what the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe complete first season. This was like $12. Oh man, I've been watching this. This is better than most TV I've seen recently. I honestly am into this. Sometimes it's a bit cheesy, but man, it's way better than cartoons I've seen recently. But yeah, it's awesome stuff. But without further ado, let me cut away to what you got in the back of this TV right now. All right, we got the TV turned around. Let's take a look, and we got the name here. Let's see. It says a ViewSonic. Come on, focus there. ViewSonic N3735W. Let's see what kind of connections we got under here. We got a power connection here, and then we got 2 HDMIs. I have only one plugged in because I only need one plugged in, and you'll see why in a second. Got my computer plugged in there in the VGA port, and it looks like we got earphone and S-video, or wait, was it earphone and, oh, there we go, earphone and PCI DVI in, which I was, oh, that's just for, yeah, okay. Kind of doesn't make sense. I actually don't see a DVI port, but it says DVI. We've got some audio in, and then my component in, which is the only other thing I need plugged in here, and you'll see why in a minute, or after I get done with the section. We got the AV as video not being used, and we don't really need to use anything else here. This is another component. Let's see, what is that? No, these are just audio ins, which I don't need because of my receiver, but yeah. That's the back of the television. So, cutting back to the original footage. Alright, so yeah, that's the back of the TV. And there's actually a lot more going on with these other equipment, which is why I don't have that many things hooked up behind the TV, just mainly HDMI and component. And one of those things is this receiver right here, which I won't let me zoom in on for some reason. So I'll just get closer. It has HDMI in, so basically the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 have HDMI into here, and it basically acts as like a selector between the both of them as well, so only one HDMI cable needed for that TV. We have a selector here, which is mainly just for component, and then a DVD recorder, and then this VCR. Now, you may be wondering, okay, the Super Nintendo is composite, how am I getting component out here? And I can also get component out here as well, but I'll show that in a second. Basically, we have the Super Nintendo hooked up through the VCR through the front imports with composite. It outputs composite to the DVD recorder. But before I get ahead, I also have this. This is just the RF connector to the back of the VCR. Run through another cable. So any older systems like Atari, yeah, piece of dust here, Atari 2600 or Bally Astrocade or anything that's RF only, I could plug that in here. It goes through the VCR. It always outputs composite into this DVD recorder. But the DVD recorder can output 480p in component. So that is actually going through the selector. So the selector right now is selected on down here, but I also can select the Wii, which is component, or either the Xbox 360 or the PS3 in component if I switch the cables in the back. And then that would go to this Hapag HD PVR, and also to the switcher, which outputs to both televisions, and then to this radio receiver, and then back to the TV. So the signal gets converted a couple times and goes a long way. And then another essential piece of this equipment is this Logitech Harmony remote, because I have a lot of stuff programmed in there to change stuff. So if I wanted to get my Super Nintendo out on this TV, I can hit the program for that, which is just this component here. So let's get that there, and hopefully this works. So yeah, it's automatically going to select it on the TV. Going to change the settings on the receiver. And we have Chrono Trigger here and here. Now, I do normally use it on this TV because, well, right now the DVD recorder is set up for 480i, so both of these TVs can handle it. But if I went to 480p, since this TV is not progressive scan, I can only use this. But the reason I need to do 480p for doing Crow Plays videos and stuff, because the Pog HD PVR with 480p will let me capture with 60 frames a second. So I hope that all that made any kind of sense at all. But yeah, if I wanted to go back to the Xbox 360, it's right here, Xbox 360. Get that? The remote's going to do its thing. Going to select the Xbox 360. Here, switch back. And this does take a while sometimes. There we go. And that's my television, and using it to watch some He-Man. Anyway, yeah, thanks SteveBenway for doing this tag, and for everybody else for watching. And I was kind of interested in hearing everybody's response. Oh, you know what? It just occurred to me. I watched EDT 1138's response, and he made a joke saying that his TV that he was showing weighed 700 pounds, which is an exaggeration, to be sure. But this TV here, I kid you not, literally weighs 180 pounds. And I know this because, and I managed to, when I bought this, look how big this thing is. That's one of the reasons why I'm not showing behind this TV. Look at that thing. It's a beast. It is heavy. Heavy. And I managed to get this home from Rockford. And my Corsica at the time when I had a Corsica. Yeah, this TV is pretty old now I think about it. I just wanted to talk about this a little bit more. But, yeah, you don't see TVs like this anymore. It's a widescreen, standard definition TV. You just don't see something like that every day. I'm sure that, and Philips had a couple of them, I think. And this is a 30-incher. Huh. But yeah, I love this. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention, one of the main reasons I bought this TV was for Beatmania. And it's also one of the main reasons I keep this TV. Because the refresh rate from this works with Beatmania so well. And timing is essential to that game. Milliseconds matter in that game. And you really don't get good scores when you play it on an LCD TV like this. So maybe one day in the future I'll replace this TV with something that has a really, really, really awesome refresh rate, but I don't even know if TVs like that exist. I really don't know what the stats on LED TVs are. I'd like to get an LED TV sometime in the future, and I kind of do look at them, but it's got to be a really, really awesome deal before I consider it. Oh, I forgot to mention that this TV only goes up to 1080i. It doesn't do 1080p. But, you know what, I really haven't noticed any situations where I'm like, man, I wish this was 1080p. Right now, for what I got, it works. So, yeah. And now I'll actually finish this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time. Thanks again to SteveBenway for the tag, and see you all next time. Bye.
A retarded jellyfish could make a better movie than this. Whew.
A severely impaired box turtle with a very busy schedule. Just give him a camera for a day. He'd come up with something better than this.